Good morning, dear student. We are discussing the Victorian poets, and we have discussed the most of major poets. And last one is Christina Rossetti. Yesterday we discussed her brother Rossetti and pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Dante Gabriel Rossetti. So Christina Rossetti, 1830-1904. The poetry of Christina Rossetti was less complex than her brothers. It is dominated by her religious belief and devotion. She began writing early in her life and read extensively. She read the work of Keats, Scott, Anne Radcliffe, Monk Lewis. She published many poems which were published in pre-Raphaelite magazine. हॅलो हो ठीक आहे पाहतो हो 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 आले आले हो 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 sorry dear student. So we are discussing Christina Rossetti. The poetry of Christina Rossetti was less complex than her brothers, and as we have discussed earlier, the Dante Gabriel Rossetti, his poetries were so complex, but in comparison to them, her poetries are less complex than her brothers. It is dominated by her religious belief and devotion. So, as far as the Victorian period is generally concerned, there was the very bewilderment, confusion in the mind of people whether to believe God or not. In such a situation, the Christian, if we read the poems of Christina Rossetti, we will come to know her religious devotions and her belief. So, most of her poems are based on that religious devotions and feelings and religious beliefs. She began writing early in her life and read extensively. She began writing in very early in her life and read extensively. She read the work of Keats, romantic poet, Scott, romantic poet, and Radcliffe, Monk Lewis. So these very graceful, we can say, renowned poet and writers she had read while writing her poetries. That's why we can confer or we can get the information about, we can get the knowledge about his poetries and writing capacities. Then she published many poems which were published in pre-Raphaelite magazine, James. So you may be asked the name the pre-Raphaelite magazine. So you should keep in mind the name of the pre-Raphaelite magazine is The Germ. What is the name of pre-Raphaelite magazine? The Germ. लिहून ठेवा. Just write it down. The Germ. The Germ is the name of pre-Raphaelite magazine. The Germ, Germ. This is the name of pre-Raphaelite magazine. They developed their own magazine. Her most famous works, Gobbling Market and Other Poems, which was published in 1862. The Gobbling Market and Other Poems is the most famous verse written by Christina Rossetti, and it was published in 1862. You should also write it down. Gobbling Market and Other Poems. This is the most famous work of Christina Rossetti. So that particular work received critical acclaim and established her reputation as the leading female poet of the time, and that on the basis of that particular work she got that appreciation, that acclaim from the critics, and established herself, established her reputation as the leading female poet of the time. The title poem is one of the best known work. In 1850, Rossetti wrote Maud, a story for girls, a novella that was published only after her death, posthumously we can say. The Maud, the story of girl, this is not poem, this is novella, and this is very famous works of Christina Rossetti. She also wrote devotional prose and poetry, sometimes mixes the two, as in Call to be Saint, the minor festivals devotionally studied. This is also a mixing of prose and poetries. This is work of Christina Rossetti. You just write it down. Times Flies, The Face of the Deep, a devotional commentary on the Apocalypse. This is also the mixing of prose and poetry. That you should just read it down. The name of this great work, The Call to be Saint, the minor festival devotionally studied. And next is The Time Flies, The Face of Deep, and devotional commentary on the Apocalypse. This is the most famous works. As far as her social concern is concerned, her social or political awareness, we can say, attachment are concerns, she was engaged in humanitarian work as a volunteer at the charitable institution and for prostitute. She, with the help of her writing, with the help of her work, always try to serve the institution that was for the betterment of prostitute. Prostitute means, you know very well, prostitute. So the influence of this experience can be seen in the poem like Gobbling Market, Cousin Kate, the inequity of the fathers upon the children, and Apple Gathering, the Mount Clare, which are themes of illicit love. Illicit love means the illicit love that is not a pure love, we can say. Illicit love means, for example, the love of father to his daughter, the love of mother to his daughter, such type of illicit, that is not legally we can say right. That type of love is called illicit love. So that whole poem, the Gobbling Market, Cousin Kate, Iniquity of Father upon the Children, and Apple Gathering, the Mount Clare, which had the theme of illicit love. Betrayal means the फसवणे, लोकांची फसवणूक करणे, to cheat others. And illegitimacy means illegitimacy means the wife should be so loyal to her husband, and husband should be loyal to his own wife. But illegitimacy means the wife is engaged to another person, and the husband is engaged to another woman. That type of the love, that is that type of relationship that has been discussed with the help of these poetries or that work. See, published. So you should keep in mind that whole work, the Gobbling Market, Cousin Kate, then Iniquity of Father upon the Children, and Apple Gathering, and Mount Clare. These this whole work were based on the theme of illicit love, betrayal, and illegitimacy, because she was very much attached to the some charitable works. Charity is generally, and they just try to just serve the welfare of the prostitute, and that's why she was just running at that time the charity, and on the basis of the whole experience of that brothels and all that prostitute and all that, she had written such type of works, and that's why that works have such themes like illicit love, betrayal, and illegitimacy. It reflects the Victorian concern about the prostitution as well as a social evil. And as far as the Victorian period is concerned, there was the development of, we can say, evolvement of the prostitution, and that prostitution is considered at that time and was considered as a social evil. Social evil means social disgrace, we can say. The presence of prostitution, the presence of the prostitution means that is not proper for the society, and how that is social evil. Such type of information, we can say, such type of expression have been given in the work of Christina Rossetti. Then she published another volume of poetry, The Princess Progress and Other Poems, in 1866. In 1872, the collection of poems for children titled Sing Song. These are the most important works. You should just write it down. The Princess Progress and Other Poems, that was published in 1866. In 1872, the collection of poems for children titled Sing Song, a nursery rhyme book. Sing Song, that was also written by Christina Rossetti. That poem for children, Sing Song, a nursery rhyme book, was published and became quite popular as also the book of tale, speaking likeness. This is book of tales. Tales means stories. This is short stories, book of short stories, which was also very famous, written by Christina Rossetti, which was influenced by Lewis Carroll. Peasant and Other Poems. This book was published in 1880. The collection of sonnets explore the subject of unfulfilled love in the tradition of Elizabethan Barrett Browning, whom she admired, and that is the Peasant and Other Poems. It is the collection of sonnets which express on the theme of, based on the theme of unfulfilled love. Unfulfilled love means the demon lover and that beloved, very unable to get the love of her lover. Such type of unfulfilled love is the theme of such sonnet, and that is based on the Elizabethan Barrett Browning, tradition of Elizabethan Browning. He generally most Elizabethan Barrett Browning was most admirable person for her. So dear student, you have to just write it down, the work of Christina Rossetti, and how she was engaged in social and political cause, and because of that the gobbling market, cousin Kate, and iniquity of the father to a son, and their themes. The first of all, you have to just write it down, the work of Christina Rossetti. Just you should keep in mind, most of her work she published in the magazine, which magazine? Germ, which was the Pre-Raphaelite magazine. Most of her work he published in Pre-Raphaelite magazine, the Germ. You may be asked the name, the Pre-Raphaelite magazine. You have to keep in mind the name of the Pre-Raphaelite magazine is Germ, THEGERM. Then she was most devoted to the cause of prostitute, and that's why she has written most of the poem based on that theme, the illicit love, betrayal. Which are that work? Gobbling market, cousin Kate, iniquity of the father upon the children, and apple gathering, mouth clear. These are the work that have the theme like social, illicit love, betrayal, and illegitimacy. This reflect the Victorian concern about the prostitution as a social evil. So such type of work has been written by Christina Rossetti, and you should just write it down. I think I have sent you the PDF of this whole portion, so you just read it and try to get the only work of that particular author to separate, and write it down in your notebook. Okay, then there are some minor poets we have to mention. William Morris, 1834-1896. He was poet, artist, social reformer. His poetry was much influenced by classical and medieval themes. Classical and medieval themes we can generally consider the period of 11th 12th century, we can say. The quest for beauty and escape from the contemporary ugliness by going back to the past is an underlying theme of poem like Earthly Paradise, Life and Death of Jason, the Sigurd the Volsung. He was an ardent socialist, and considerable number of his latter poems were inspired by his socialist belief. The Pilgrim of Hope, Chant for the Socialist, and include the propaganda verse like the All for Cause and March of the Workers. So he just tried to get the solace in the past. Just he was very much disturbed by the prevailing condition in Victorian period. That's why we see some nostalgic feeling in his poetry. So most of his poems try to get the peace of mind, try to get the solace of to the mind by remembering the past. That's why he engaged himself in medieval history, medieval legend, and that's why most of his poems are influenced by the classical and medieval themes. In classical and medieval themes, we generally find the castles and the kings and queens and their legends and their great warriors and their utopianism. All that type of themes we can find in the medieval history, and he was much more attracted towards that history, and that's why most of his poetries are based on that medieval history and classical themes. So you have to just write it down, his work: Earthly Paradise, The Life and Death of Jason, the Sigurd, the Volsung. These three work you have to just put it down. He was an ardent socialist. Socialist means, this is the political term, but you just it's a noun, that socialist is the person who always wanted to maintain the equality in the society. So most of his because of that belief, he also written the work based on that socialist consideration. The Pilgrim of Hope and Chant of the Socialist, these are the very most important work by William Morris. And then propaganda works like All for the Cause and March of the Worker. These are also the most political cause, based on the political cause we can say. He just wanted to propagate the socialistic point of view, socialistic philosophy in the society. That's why the latter work are based on his socialistic thinking. Okay, then there are last one, Algernon Charles Swinburne, 1837-99. He wrote number of poetic plays, of which Atlantine Caledon. Most of the time it is asked in the question, in the examination. Just write it down. This is the Atlantine Caledon, published in 1865. This is work written by Algernon Swinburne. Was written in the style of Greek tragedy. This is the play written by Algernon Swinburne. What is the play? Name the play of written by Algernon Charles Swinburne. So you have to keep in mind, the Algernon Swinburne wrote the play Atlantine Caledon, which was published in 1865. Was written in the style of Greek tragedy. He was closely associated with the Pre-Raphaelite, but later developed his own style. He had good command of meters and rhyme, rhythm, and use words deeply to create moods. His best known work are poems and ballad. The best known work of Algernon Swinburne, you have to keep in mind, Atlantine Caledon. This is the drama, this is the play, and as far as poems are concerned, the most famous books are Poems and Ballads, which was published in 1866, which has poem like Hymen to Proserpine, Dolors, Triumph of Time, Song Before Sunrise. These are the some famous poem containing in that particular book, Poems and Ballad, written to encourage the fighters for liberty and political independence in Europe. The Triumph of the Time, Song for the Sunrise, Dolors, Hymen to Proserpine. These are the most important poets because that were written to encourage the fighter for liberty and political independence in Europe. And last one is James Thomson, A. Houseman, Thomas Hardy, William Butler Yeats, William Arnett Henley, Francis Thompson, Edward Fitzgerald, Rudyard Kipling are the other notable Victorian era poets who lived in the 20th century. But as far as this portion particularly is concerned, because as far as your multiple choice questions are concerned, you will be asked only the particular author and their work. You have to just keep in mind, just write down the author and which works they wrote, they published, and themes and other subjects will not be asked to you. That's why you have to just for example, just write down the William Morris and in front of his name write down his work and just keep it in your mind. Okay, thank you. The remaining portion and next portion, Prayer Applied Brotherhood, we will discuss in next video. Thank you.